The Queen Mother Champion Chase, lads, it is the feature race on day 2, over 2 miles, a grade 1. 5 key stats, lads, for the Queen Mother. The last 12 winners have all raced at the Cheltenham Festival before. All winners since 2008 have won a grade 1. Only one Irish winner since 2012. And no mare has ever won the race. So put the kettle on. We'll have to, I suppose, beat the stats there. And Willie Mullins has never won it, obviously. Champ.ie Cheltenham, he must overcome the stats here, Mike Vince, but he looks to stand out in this division.
Yeah, if they can get him there in one piece, that's the thing. We all thought he was the good thing last year, and of course the race completely fell apart last year in the final 48 hours with him out and Altior out, and then Davy Boland running the mother and father of a stinker. When everybody thought he would be a major, it was effectively a steering job. But of course, last weekend we had Politolog getting overturned. You look at it, Politolog beaten last time, Altior beaten last time, and Notebook beaten last time. I presume that Min goes Ryanair, although he's in this. And I'm assuming that because obviously the Riches will want to deploy their forces. And there's nothing wrong with First Flow, is there? After the weekend.
What did you make of him, Mike?
But Ante-Post is short. But then again, we're talking about non-runner, no bet. He's entitled to be short, and he'll be even short if he wins at the Dublin Racing Festival. First Flow, double figures each way, I think is a knocking good bet, because there are questions to be asked by some of them. I don't think Nube Negra would beat Altior again, but whether either of them is good enough, I'm not sure. I think that First Flow's proved it. 2 miles. He's a 9-year-old, but then so is Ante-Post. And for me, if you can get a double figure price each way on First Flow, that'll do for me.
Staying loyal, Mike Vince. What was your reaction on Saturday? You were in Taunton, but did you see it live?
I saw everything live on Saturday. And in fact, I interviewed Kim Bailey, thanks to the models, the great technology. I actually interviewed winning trainers from all 3 meetings on Saturday live, which I've never done before. It was so impressive. It isn't only the fact that he won the race, but how he won the race. Politolog had no excuses. I mean, First Flow is an absolute monster on the gallops. He's hard to control and everything, but he just jumps for fun. And I think around Cheltenham, he's a horse that could just set the place alight. He'll either love it or hate it. And I think David Bass is dreading the fact he hates it. I thought he was hugely impressive, and there were no excuses in behind.
Yeah, I think, look, it's short again. I think I would have a play on this occasion, though, and it's non-runner, no bet. I think Ante-Post, even money, if you do like short ones. I think I know he's a couple of stats to overcome. He's never raced at the track. I just think he's head and shoulders above everything in Ireland. And non-runner, no bet, Mike, you're talking about, does he get there? Non-runner, no bet, even money. It's probably one of the best even money shots I've seen in a while. And Ronan, I thought Nube Negra was the liveliest British contender. Mike obviously likes First Flow, but I was impressed actually, and his jumping was very good. He's very, very quick through the air. Spanish bred horse, quite strange. I'm sure there's never been a Spanish bred winner of the Queen Mother Champion Chase, let alone an Irish winner. But I thought his jumping was the most impressive, and he's going here fresh. He could be an improver.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought I was the same as you. I thought he jumped very well, and there was this kind of all the talk was about Altior. No one really concentrated on him. He travelled much better than Altior. I'd just be put off a bit about Nico de Boinville's kind of comments after the race that he didn't really feel Altior was the same type of horse and things like that, and that kind of damned the form a bit for me. But he's interesting, Nube Negra, for sure. He's a 7-year-old, and that was a huge step up on anything he achieved last season. Look, yeah, it's Ante-Post. I actually take. You make a good point there. The evens, non-runner, no bet. It's kind of, when you're looking at the race now, there's got to be a huge chance that he goes off odds on if he does show up. And that was the main thing for me with Ante-Post, is whether he does show up or not, because I do think I know you. I think I was listening to you earlier in the season, and you were saying that you think that his whole injury record was a bit of a false kind of way to look at him. But I don't really agree. But I just think he's 9 now, and he had 10 runs in his life, and he was off the track for 1,089 days. And you can say that the stone bruise thing last season was unlucky, but still he's managed to do it to himself. And I know some horses are just like that. But if he does run, I think his form obviously is rock solid, having beaten Min at the Double Racing Festival last season, and then he beat Notebook and put the kettle on at Labrastown again at Christmas. And I just think that's really solid form, especially Notebook, the way he did it at Nace at the start of the season. And both of his course and distance wins came at Leopardstown last season, the 2 Grade 1s, and Chacun pour soi 30 put him in his place there. He takes on Min again in the Dublin Chase at the Dublin Racing Festival. There's no real reason why Min should switch to form with him there. And by all means, it'll be an odds-on shot by then. So, look, no one wants to back him at even money now, Barry. So, well, maybe some people do. I wouldn't really interest me. So I'm always kind of looking for something each way. And one of our guests, you spoke to him early in the season, Gavin Sheehan, remember him talking about Rouge Vif and how impressive he was at Cheltenham early in the season. I just think
good ground.
I just think the good ground angle with him and going left-handed is the key to him. I mean, he won that day so well off a huge weight in a handicap and just destroyed them off a mark of 156. Now, he was no match for Politlog at Sandown, but that was on softer ground. Remember, we were talking about it and we didn't know whether he was going to run or not, and they ended up running him, and that was right-handed and soft ground. And again, behind Nubia Negre, he was worse that day, but again, that was right-handed and soft ground. But he goes left-handed on good ground. You go back to the Warwick form last season in the Kingmaker, he beat Nubia Negre by 7 lengths. So I just think the left-handed angle and going good ground is key to him. So at around 25-1, he'd be my kind of outsider, maybe to take a punt on each way at this point. Not wanting to back Chacun pour soi at such a short price. Rouge Vif was the one that interested me, so that's the way I'm looking at the race.
Chacun pour soi, banker material, non-runner, no bet, even money. As we said, that is my only concern. That if he lines up there on the day, even money, I think that's a great point.